6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says climate change has become a matter of national security for countries like Pakistan despite least contribution to environmental degradation. Pakistan and Kazakhstan have agreed to establish offices of state media organizations in each other's countries. Imam-e-Kaaba has arrived in Islamabad on 6-day visit to meet senior leadership of country. Pakistan Stock Exchange witnessed a great surge in business activity today as 100 index crossed the psychological limit of 58,000 points for first time in history. Hamas and Israel have agreed on Qatar-mediated deal for 4-day truce in Gaza. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred a Kashmiri youth in Rajouri district today. And now the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar says that climate change has become a matter of national security for countries like Pakistan despite their least contribution to environmental degradation. He said this while chairing a meeting in Islamabad today regarding the upcoming COP28 conference to be held in the United Arab Emirates next month. Anwarul Haq Kakar said Pakistan, through its climate diplomacy, is playing a positive role in the global debate on the matter. The Prime Minister said 1/3 of Pakistan's population was affected in recent flooding. He also applauded rehabilitation work of the concerned departments after the floods. The Prime Minister directed the relevant departments to make comprehensive preparation to present Pakistan's stance on climate finance and other related matters at the COP28 conference. The Prime Minister will represent Pakistan in COP28 conference, which is being organized by the United Nations. Pakistan and Kazakhstan have agreed to establish offices of state media organizations in each other's countries. This came at a meeting between Minister for Information and Broadcasting Murtaza Solanki and Ambassador of Kazakhstan to Pakistan Yerzahan Kishtafin in Islamabad today. In his remarks, the Information Minister said Pakistan values its relations with Kazakhstan, stressing the promotion of people-to-people contacts and exchange of cultural delegations between the two countries. Murtaza Solanki said Pakistan needs to further promote cooperation between state media organizations. He said Radio Pakistan and PTV are important source of information on both sides. The matter of signing a memorandum of understanding between the Ministry of Information of Pakistan and the Ministry of Information and Social Development of Kazakhstan was also discussed in the meeting. The Kazakh ambassador invited the information minister to visit Kazakhstan for the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the two countries. The ambassador said the president of Kazakhstan will visit Pakistan next year, which will boost trade relations between the two countries. He said Pakistan is an important country to access warm waters. Imam-e-Kaaba Saleh bin Abdullah bin Humaid has arrived in Islamabad on a 6-day visit to Pakistan. Members of the caretaker cabinet, including Sarfaraz Ahmed Bukti, Madad Ali Sindhi, Maulana Tahir Ashrafi, and Saudi Ambassador Nawaf bin Saeed Al Maliki, received him at the airport. During his stay in Pakistan, the Imam-e-Kaaba will hold meetings with senior leadership of the country. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Overseas Pakistanis Jawad Shoaib Malik has signed a letter of intent with Saudi-based global conglomerate Al-Bawani to send more Pakistani workforce in Saudi Arabia. During a visit to the headquarters of Al-Bawani Group in Riyadh, he said Pakistan workforce is well trained and quite suitable for construction work in the kingdom. Caretaker Minister for National Heritage and Culture Jamal Shah has said that extraordinary plans are in pipeline to promote Pakistani art and culture in the global arena. He expressed these views while inaugurating a mobile application and web portal for mapping project at Department of Archaeology and Museums in Islamabad today. The minister said Pakistan is blessed with many unique cultures and traditions, and the nation respects all cultures. Talking about the mobile app, Jamal Shah said it would help people educate about the historical sites. Pakistan and Netherlands have decided to explore avenues for further collaboration in diverse fields. The decision reached during a meeting between Ambassador of Netherlands to Pakistan, Henny Fokul de Veres, and Minister of Commerce and Industries Dr. Gohar Ijaz in Islamabad today. The envoy expressed satisfaction over the strong trade ties between the two countries, particularly in the textile sector. The ambassador also expressed the Netherlands' commitment to exploring additional opportunities for trade growth, citing technology and academic exchange as potential areas for collaboration. On his part, Dr. Gohar Ijaz highlighted the importance of the Special Investment Facilitation Council as a mechanism to streamline foreign direct investment. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan Stock Exchange witnessed a great surge in business activity today as the 100 index crossed the psychological limit of 58,000 points for the first time in history. The surge in business activity is being deemed a very positive sign for the business and trade community, especially investors. The positive trend in the stock exchange is the result of the steps that have been taken by the caretaker government and the other government institutions to put the country's economy back on track. Caretaker Minister for Information Technology and Telecommunication, Dr. Umar Saif, says government will launch a first national IT export strategy report tomorrow. On social media post, he expressed the hope that due to the initiative, the country's exports would reach $10 billion during next 3 years. The strategy has been devised by Pakistan Software Export Board in collaboration with an international firm. Repatriation of illegal foreign nationals, including Afghans, to their homeland is continuing. Around 3,000 illegal Afghan nationals returned to their country yesterday. So far, over 243,000 Afghan have been repatriated to Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Pakistan has introduced one document regime on the international border with Afghanistan. Hamas and Israel have agreed on a Qatar-mediated deal for a 4-day truce in Gaza and exchange of prisoners held by both sides. Under the deal, Hamas will free 50 captives in exchange for relief of 150 Palestinian women and children in illegal Israeli custody. The European Commission will step up aid deliveries to Gaza during the 4 days. Russia welcomed the truce and said that it gives hope that de-escalation is possible. Indian troops, in their fresh act of state terrorism, martyred a Kashmiri youth in Rajouri district of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir today. The youth was martyred by the troops during a cordon and search operation in Kalakot area of the district. Meanwhile, the Narendra Modi-led Indian government, in its ongoing drive against Kashmiri employees, sacked 4 more government employees today. The dismissal process was expedited after Modi regime revoked Jammu and Kashmir's special status in August 2019. So far, the occupation authorities have dismissed hundreds of employees on the charge of being affiliated with the freedom struggle. On the other hand, leaders of Kashmiri diaspora at a meeting in Washington have stressed the need for evolving a robust policy to counter the Modi government's plan to change the demographic character of Jammu and Kashmir. A top military general of Indian Army acknowledged that the issue of ethnic violence in the northeastern state of Manipur should be resolved politically. Talking to media in New Delhi, Lieutenant General Rana Pratap Kalita said that incidents of sporadic violence in Manipur continued and over 4,000 looted weapons were being used in incidents of violence. Drilling has resumed near the mouth of the tunnel in India's Uttarakhand state, where 41 workers have been trapped for 10 days. The plan is to send multiple pipes of different widths to create a micro-tunnel through which the workers can crawl out of the tunnel. South Korea has suspended parts of its 2018 agreement with the North aimed at lowering military tensions. This comes after Pyongyang claimed to have successfully launched a spy satellite into space. The presidential election and the parliamentary election will be held in Sri Lanka next year. This was announced by Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe in his speech in the parliament. He also denied rumors of postponement of elections. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is expected in most part of the country, while cold in upper parts during the next 12 hours. Now some of the headlines once again. Prime Minister says climate change has become matter of national security for countries like Pakistan, despite least contribution to environmental degradation. Pakistan and Kazakhstan have agreed to establish offices of state media organizations in each other's countries. Imam Kaaba has arrived in Islamabad on 6-day visit to meet senior leadership of country. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.